How come nobody time travels to prevent that? Deadpool didn't even do it. Why didn't he go after somebody else? So anyway, Captain America. What else do we have? Endgame. The Endgame is Thanos', Melinda Gates' and Bill's eugenics, ethnic cleansing. Avengers Endgame. And this one is where Tony Stark, the military-industrial complex, goes against the symbolic representation of all the best of the American military and men and whatever. I don't know where Captain America is. Super soldier with drugs. Alright? And the other guy has all the money of the suit. And then Batman and shit. And then Spider-Man gets to hang out with him. And the guy's a giant man, but they call him Ant-Man. And he's played by Paul Cuck. What happens at the end? What happens at the end of Civil War? Lest I remind you. All the good guys get locked up, and who goes free? Tony Stark, the military-industrial complex. Bam! How do you like that? That's some sauce for you, right? We say that in my family. How do you like that for the sauce? Not the bam. Everybody says that. That's Austin Powers said that. Bam! You want to make love to my horny wife, baby. Remember that? Mike Myers. He was Borat too. Why not? Him and Dana Carvey. So anyway, Civil War. The good guys fight each other inside their own country. I think they fight at the airport. But you get the idea. They fight each other. And the good guys have their weapons taken away and their special suits. Get it? A wink. A wink. And then they get locked up. And guess who's okay with it? Tony Stark, the military-industrial complex. Or perhaps maybe the police state or police officers. Or who'd they say? Who'd they say was coming for him? The National Guard? I mean the Avengers. Who'd they say was coming for the Avengers? They said the National Guard, didn't they? That's not like the police. So who'd they say was going to resist? Like local places and municipalities were like, this is not acceptable, blah, blah, blah. And the Avengers said, we're going to meet at the airport and fight. And like, you're going to tie up everybody's flights and stuff. And they did. The good guys fought each other. They tied up everybody's flights. They messed up. They messed the neighborhood up a little bit. And then after it was all said and done, a bunch of people got locked up. And they were the good guys. And they were dumb. They never should have fought each other. They're supposed to be fighting Thanos' extinction agenda together. And instead of pushing closer together into smart cities, needing bugs and Soylents, becoming grub farmers like Batista and Blade Runner 2049, be replicants and shit. You're supposed to be you're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. All those things I said. You're supposed to not fight each other, and you're supposed to not. These are not for you to grab. Okay? You should let me have these, and you have yours. Because maybe yours is bigger than mine. I don't know what you got. But you want to keep yours, right? I want to keep mine. I got them. I'm good. Alright? But some people want to grab them. I really turn on the SJWs. They crave annihilation. They're dumb. Nothing makes them hotter than a real man. But I am I wear the horns. Like everything's all pagan and stuff. I am like a power symbol or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm eating poo-poo, because that's to let you know to stay. It really does taste like cake icing. That's too much. Oh. Yeah, I spit it back in there. So anyway, what do you think about this? Because my brother, Scott's a predictor, and he's been right over and over and over again. And a lot of people predict the same things. So, Scott is won an Orwell Award for predicting Orwellian programming, and I don't know all the words like he does. That kind of stuff. So anyway, he's given me a really great symbolic present in the form of Captain America. Civil War. America Civil War. Things are moving fast. If you have a thing called Agenda 21 and you're trying to get stuff done by 2030, and they're moving. And I know this is something Scott would talk about for years because I always listen to his podcast and stuff. It's my brother. It's my baby brother. I listen to him. So I listen to every one of them. And I know that he has been telling you for years that, like, when it's an election year, it's going to, like, strap in. Things are going to start rocking and rolling like never before. And what happened in 2019 and into January 1st? Boom, the YouTube censorship thing, trying to do YouTube singularity, whatever it is, where they start deleting all the channels so they can make it like, haha, it's going to be Will Smith and Jablinski Games, Ebony and Ivory in the logo there, a little chocolate in the logo, Jablinski. You know Jablinski Games logos? Anal Coitus logo? It's like a gaming channel or whatever it is, aimed at like teenage boys, and it has like a load with poop in it. And that's from Anal Coitus. Jablinski Games. His logo is jizz with poop. With an accent of poop. You know, like, whatever. So anyway, very graphic. Ho! Oh, I'm not going to do that. That's how he announces himself. Do you know that? Here's just some holiday trivia. Santa Claus announces himself by saying ho, and then ho, and then he says it again one more time. He says ho. And that's the way he announces himself. Why does he say that? Well, the history of saying that is the way that the devil would announce himself when he'd come on stage in a play. Because in the olden days, people were dumb. So they'd give cues so people could pretend to be smart when they watched something and said, that's the bad guy. He said ho, ho, ho. That's how the devil announces himself. So whenever a character came in and said, ho, 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 everybody, they'd be like, oh, that's the bad guy. And then you would know that he was going to be bad. So you could get ready for it, because they just had a different way of approaching entertainment. They're like, let them know, all right? And I think all the women parts were played by dudes. Merry Christmas. It's about the birth of Jesus. It is. It really is. Don't forget that. He's got a weird blinking nativity over there. I don't know if that's a blasphemy to have a blinking nativity, but I get it. They're making do with what they have. But anyway, this is about the good guys fight each other. They tear stuff up. They get locked up when they have their weapons taken away. And then they get to then Tony Stark lets them out again. But he is the military-industrial complex, and he's calling the shots. So they have the Salvation Army? No. So they have the Federal Reserve? No. So they have the National Guard come in. That's the one. Where's the reserves? I don't know. Anyway, it's just a movie, right? So things are moving fast. I keep warning you about being good at predicting stuff. So I'm like, yeah, at some point, the stuff that they said they're going to do, that they keep doing, they're going to like pull here and there and see if they can make something happen. So yeah, what are they going to have? Hopefully some kind of non-violent standoff. I can't remember the movie. But wouldn't it work out better if they just had some kind of non-violent standoff, and it was just like, okay, everybody's going to back down, and they'll just do some kind of like a little bit more like, think we're taking away more freedoms, all right? They have to lock, Paul, Fudd, and I remember how they locked them all up, and Hawkman and all those guys, and the Ninja Scrolls, and he was trying to eat that girl's pussy, and he's made of concrete, and they locked they locked him up. He pulled this thing out in front of those old ladies in the park, and like, oh, look at this Fantastic Four. It's small. And then the ladies had a stroke. 3 old ladies had a stroke in the park. Well, 2 old ladies had a stroke. The first old lady had a stroke. The second old lady... 2 old ladies had a stroke. And the third old lady didn't have arms. So she just kind of rubbed her head up against it. And that's when he blew a rock nut and broke her kneecap. And then that's why I got locked up with the Avengers. Holidays. How do you like that holiday sauce, Scott? Why isn't he here? I should be smoking cigars with his wife. Yep, firework, fly swatter. Really cool. I did that already. What else I got for you? I don't know. I could put the star on a tree. I'm not gonna. They can do that. They can do their special, whatever you're gonna get. I have a feeling he's gonna pull some junk and give you some kind of weird, humble special where he's like, it's before he met T or some kind of thing like that. He's trying to save the good stuff. I don't know. He's trying to save for something else. So what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Black Christmas is terrible. It was a fail. It's bad, and yet it was unappealing. And on top of it all, it was a PG-13 Blumhouse movie. And the future movies moving into 2020, a prediction that Scott, he wrote on the list here, he said, tell him about 2020 and movies more moving into streaming, horrible futures for box office. Disney's a monopoly, it owns 80%. I mean 80% of the movies that can be seen when you go to your multiplex. Remember that? From Lilu, kept hoping she'd have a nip slip or something like that. That's how you know Jean-Paul Maubier is a good designer, because she didn't have a nip slip. So anyway, what was I saying? Multiplex. Oh yeah, you go to movies and they don't care that people aren't going, and then Disney will buy up the movies and they're like, well, we can play all the movies we want because we bought up all the movie theaters because nobody goes to them because we only made horrible Disney movies. And what else does Scott predict? Their production values of stuff is going to continue to go down. All the stuff I said before years ago for many moons to prove it, Scott now has to have said over again. So Scott's brother, I'm just going to stop doing it. So I got to say all this shit over again. It's annoying. I'm better than 10 Annie Kaufman. That's wall breaking I just did there. So yeah, I don't know what the future is. They just want everybody off. It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, there's gonna be like weird videos where like a guy like where they make dumb stuff and life hacks. Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog is a TED Talk. That sounds like a joke, right? I was like, that is funny. Kermit the Frog TED Talk. And I click on it. I'm like, no. It's a guy sitting in a box, or a TED ball, or whatever it was. He's sitting inside a box with the Kermit the Frog puppet going, hey everybody, it's hard to be Kermit the Frog. I'm like, they have an audience of like movers and shakers and thinkers. You know they're spitting in people's faces, or they're really dumb when Kermit the Frog is doing a TED Talk. This is not part of comedy. Kermit the Frog has a TED Talk. And Jim Henson's been dead for like 25 years. For you in 2019. And Kermit the Frog is a TED Talk. And I heard that Sarah Silverman has a TED Talk, but it's very controversial. She drinks baby blood. She asked me if I won. She had like a boardwalk fries thing full of fried baby arms. She's disgusting. And her breath. She smells terrible. It smells like sulfur. Like the Clintons. Hey, I'm Holiday Bill. Holiday Bill, Party Bill. Our worlds are gonna collide. I was kind of a party guy myself. And until my brother set me straight. I'm like, oh, a good woman, that's what you need. Yeah, me too. I don't know. Where's my Mrs. Holiday Bill? We already know about Santa Claus. Yeah. That's the Santa Claus has a beard. Get it?